This is Bayside Bruce here with Gulf Coast Home Loans. Just wanted to pop on here on Facebook Live and on YouTube to go streaming here just for a few minutes. I just want to talk about the seminar I have coming up 1 week from today on June 16th. We're going to be doing this seminar, Senior Freedom Seminar, Unlocking Home Equity in Retirement. We're going to be doing this at two locations. The first one, as you can see on the left there, the first one is going to be part of the Bolivar Peninsula Vision program educational series that FOE Eagles is sponsoring. They're going to be having that at FOE Eagles, and that's going to be from noon until 1:30 next Tuesday. It's a lunch and learn. So if you register, I'm going to show you at the end of this how to register for this. If you get registered, you're going to have lunch is going to be provided for you. So love for you to show up for that one. And also the same day, later in the day, in Galveston at 4 p.m. at Marmo Plaza. But just wanted to give you a little bit of a preview here, let you know what we're going to be talking about and who this is for and who our guest speaker is going to be. So you won't want to miss that. So look, this is going to be about reverse mortgage. And here's the financial reality. Does any of this sound familiar to you? The challenge: you've worked your whole life, yet property taxes, insurance, maintenance costs continue to mount. And the opportunity: what if your home could be working for you? So what's that hidden tool? There's a tool that most seniors don't even know exists, and it's been misunderstood for decades. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that reverse mortgage several years ago, before the FHA got involved, did have some problems. There were some predatory lenders out there that got in a lot of trouble. And now that the FHA backs these programs, homeowners have much more protection. There's a lot of safeguards in it. And you're required to have counseling before you even consider doing one of these programs. So a lot of safeguards. But let's talk about our speaker. I'm really excited to have Lauren Riddick come in. He's going to be speaking to us on and answering all your questions about this. Now, Lauren is a CRMP, that's a certified reverse mortgage professional, one of only 200 of these folks in the nation. He's an expert on the subject matter. He's been doing this for over 20 years, over 600 million in career loan volume. And he's just widely recognized as one of the foremost authorities on reverse mortgage education in America. And what he's going to do is come in and cut through the myths, deliver facts, and just basically help you understand this. So when you walk away from this, you're going to understand if the program is right for you or someone in your family. So again, it's two events. Told you it's at FOE Eagles, and then that's at noon to 1:30. Lunch is provided if you register. And then in Galveston at Marmo Plaza, and that's from 4 until 5:30 in case you can't make the early meeting there. And who's this for? Who's this event designed for? So it's tailored. We get tailored insights for each one of these groups. So if you're a senior homeowner, 62 or older, we're going to help you explore equity funding options to secure a comfortable and stable retirement. For a lot of people, the home is the largest asset, and you don't have access to that asset. You're just sitting on it, and it's just a huge lump of cash sitting there that you don't have access to unless you did like a traditional cash out mortgage. And a lot of folks don't want to be burdened with that. Especially if you're in retirement, maybe you're on fixed income, you can't take on another payment, right? So you can't do a reverse mortgage. You can't do a cash out refinance because you don't want to have another payment. I get that. And with a reverse mortgage, there's no payment. It's optional. You are not obligated to make that payment. We're going to explain all of that at the seminar. If you're an adult child of senior homeowner, and you're concerned about what will happen here as they begin to age, they can age in their home under one of these programs. if they have to, if one, God forbid, one of your family members has to go into assisted living, some of those places are great, but I know how much that costs. I think the average is around 7,000 a month nationwide. In some places it's higher, some lower, but it's a lot of money. And hopefully they have money set aside for that. But if they don't, this program can help you stay in your home and have a little bit of money set aside for in-home care. So you get to stay in your home. And I know that means a lot to a lot of folks. This is also for real estate agents. Listen, if you are an agent here on the peninsula or in Galveston or Galveston County, and you're seeing this, you need to come hear about these programs, because you can be assisting a lot of these homeowners in several ways. I know you think, well, that's what's in it for me. It's basically a refinance. It's not just a refinance. There are programs now, and I'm going to show you this in a minute, where you can buy your buyers can buy a home if they're 62 or older using a reverse mortgage. We're going to talk about that. I didn't even know that existed until a few months ago. And it's a great program and a great way to do this. And it creates a lot of financial freedom for the home buyer. So it's not this. Some of the myths we're going to be debunking right here, but we're going to go over many more of them and answer your questions. So myth number one is about home ownership. Everyone says, well, the bank owns your home. The truth is, you retain full ownership and title to your home just as you do with a traditional mortgage. All right. The same with a traditional mortgage. As long as you maintain your taxes and insurance and property upkeep, it's just like a forward mortgage. If you don't pay your property and taxes and insurance on your current mortgage, that's a forward mortgage. What happens? They're gonna foreclose on you, right? So it's no different there. You just want to make sure that you're getting the property taxes and insurance paid for. Again, there's counseling that you have up front to make sure that the program is good for you. Another myth is that your heirs will lose everything. And the truth is that these reverse mortgage programs are non-recourse. They have non-recourse protections, which means if the loan balance exceeds the home value, the FHA covers the difference, shielding heirs from personal liability. So you can't outlive the mortgage, reverse mortgage. And if, let's say you do, you've exceeded all of the funds you can get from it, you still are never underwater. In fact, we'll talk about that. And if your heirs take ownership of the home after you pass, the heirs are never going to owe money. There's always going to be some equity that's protected by the FHA. It's a really important point right there. And then another myth is it's a last resort. It's for people who are just financially strained, and it's not. It's another tool in your financial tool belt that you can use in retirement. We'll talk about the equity, the home equity line of credit that you can get as a reverse mortgage that earns interest. If you don't use any of the, let's say you take a $300,000 line of credit, you don't use it, you just let it sit there. Right now that's earning 6.5% or more. So at the end of the year, you've earned money that's tax-free. What can you do with those funds? You can use it for maintenance on your home. You can pay your property taxes and insurance with those funds, take a vacation, or you can leave the money there, let it sit there, and it keeps building year over year over year. It's there if you need it. If you don't ever touch it, it's just growing. So that is a great tool to add. So someone already has a bunch of, maybe you've got a financial planner and you've got all these funds over there. That's great. This is just another tool that you have that's going to be income earning, and it's a great tool. We'll talk about it. Plan on being there. Now, this is what I mentioned a minute ago. You, as a realtor, can help a senior sell their home and buy their next home. So, like it says here, you can leverage that reverse mortgage to purchase on a monthly with no monthly payment. It's optional. You don't have to make a monthly payment. What does that do? It means you can right size your lifestyle, find the perfect home for your current needs. Maybe they want to sell a home in San Antonio or Austin or in Houston, north of Houston. They want to move to the beach. they always thought about doing that retirement. And they think, well, yeah, but we have this home and we got this mortgage. We can't afford the other one. Let's talk about it. There are plans where you can sell that home, get this home, and if you're putting down enough, you can have no mortgage payment on that home. You got to pay property taxes and insurance, and you have to do upkeep, but there's no required monthly mortgage payment. And this allows you to unlock your equity from your existing home. So you take that equity out of that existing home to put onto your new home. It's going to give you more financial freedom, and you have no mandatory monthly payments. I know it sounds crazy, but we're going to explain it. I want you to hear about it and learn if it will work for you. It's not for everybody, but it might work for you or maybe someone in your family. And your equity can grow. I mentioned this a minute ago. Even if you never have to touch it, the home equity line of credit, all right? Flexible funds, you can access the equity when needed without being tied to mandatory monthly mortgage payments. Interest on usage only. You only accrue interest on the specific portion of the credit line you have actually withdrawn. So, and also, it's a growing credit line, just as I mentioned a moment ago. The unused portion of your line of credit increases automatically over time, regardless of market conditions. Hear that, regardless of market conditions. Right now, that's at about 6.5%. So just think about it. If you get a home equity line of credit for $500,000, do the math, 6.5% year over year, and watch how much you have sitting there if you don't touch it for 5 years. It's pretty cool. We'll be talking about it. So, like I said, you can buy the home and skip the payment. It's a strategic relocation. You're gonna, if you're a realtor, you're gonna help them get that home sold. You're gonna help them find the home at the beach, and it's a win-win. And it's, since they don't have a mortgage payment, they're gonna have an enhanced cash flow, right? And they retain full ownership. Okay, they retain complete title and ownership of the home from the moment they purchase. The only way, just as I said a while ago, you can have a problem with this is if you don't pay your property taxes and insurance, just as if you didn't pay it on a forward mortgage. Hey, you have a mortgage right now, don't pay your property taxes and insurance to see what happens. Same thing with the reverse mortgage. So I want you to know this is an educational event. I'm not going to try and sell you anything. We're going to give you all the information about it. And if it sounds like something that you'd like to have a deeper conversation about for your family member, maybe it's your parents, maybe it's your grandparents, we'd love to just sit with you and talk to you about it. We'll schedule that and have a one-on-one with you. And Lauren is willing to do that while he's here, or, over a Zoom call or whatever. We'll make that happen. We're going to answer your questions after he makes the presentation. We'll have a Q&A. And you'll have some resources to take with you. And I know that when you leave, you're already going to have a bunch of those questions. I know you have a lot of negative thoughts about this. I did too. Before I looked into this, I thought, I don't think this is something I want to get into. But as I looked at it, and it's for people my age, so I was a little bit more. First of all, I was very skeptical. Then when I started looking at it, I'm like, this is actually a really valuable tool for the right people. And that's why I want to share it with you guys, because I'm passionate about it. And I love to do things that are going to help people, just like helping the first time home buyers. I love that. I love helping someone buy their dream home at the beach. But this is great. You've got folks that are, maybe, they want to move to the beach. They don't realize they can do it this way. So, please plan on coming. All right. And this is how you can do it right here. If you want to get your phone and scan this, if you're watching this on your phone, you just need to go to Gulf Coast Reverse, gulfcoastreverse.com. And there's a sign up link on there. And you can sign up for either the one here at Crystal Beach or our seminar over in Galveston. If you are watching this on your desktop or laptop, you just pick up your phone. You can scan that QR code and it'll take you to that page where you can sign up. It's free. And like I said, if you get registered for our event here in Crystal Beach, FOE Eagles is going to provide your lunch. So get signed up. I'm excited. I've got Lauren coming in. I couldn't be more excited about this to bring this great information to you guys. Senior homeowners, adult parents of senior homeowners, real estate agents. This is a valuable tool for you, your family, or for your clients. And please make sure you show up. Listen, he's going to be here. He's flying in for this. He's going to spend 2 days here. So we're going to answer your questions and hopefully get you some great information that will change your life. So maybe someone in your family. And if you want to scan that QR code right now at the bottom, that's going to take you to a preview that I did with Lauren, who is our guest speaker. It's a short preview about what we're going to be talking about at the seminar on Tuesday, June 16th. Please sign up at gulfcoastreverse.com. Love to see you there. Please show up. Bring someone in your family, someone in your sphere, someone you know who can really benefit from this information. I can't wait to have Lauren here in town and be sharing this information with you. So thank you for watching. Share this with somebody that you know needs to hear it or may have questions about this program. And I will see you on Tuesday. Thanks.